Have you ever said something in anger that you wished you could take back? Words once spoken cannot return. They either heal or hurt. This is a story about a young man who learned that silence and patience can protect more than pride. They can protect peace. Once, in a small town beside a silver river, lived a young blacksmith named Arun, 25 years old. He was strong, talented, and kind, but his temper was his biggest enemy. He worked in a workshop near the marketplace, where people admired his skill but feared his anger. If a customer complained, Arun would raise his voice. If a friend joked too much, he would take offense. He believed his words showed strength until the day they broke someone he loved. One evening, his younger sister Mira, a quiet 18-year-old, came to help him in the workshop. She accidentally dropped a newly forged blade. It hit the floor and cracked. Arun exploded. "How could you be so careless?" he shouted. Mira's eyes filled with tears. She tried to explain, but Arun's words cut deeper than the blade ever could. "You always ruin everything. You'll never learn." Mira quietly placed the broken metal aside and walked home. Arun didn't notice the silence she left behind. The next morning when he went home, she wasn't there. His mother said softly, "She went to stay at your uncle's house. She said your words hurt more than fire." For the first time, Arun felt what true pain meant, not from burns or metal, but from regret. Days passed. He tried to focus on work, but every time he hammered the iron, her face flashed before his eyes. His anger had built nothing. It had only destroyed. That evening, an old traveler came to his shop. He needed a horseshoe fixed. While Arun worked, the traveler watched quietly and then said, "You strike metal with great strength, young man. But do you strike people's hearts the same way?" Arun froze. I lose control sometimes," he said. The traveler smiled gently. "Let me tell you something. Words are like nails driven into wood. You can pull them out, but the holes remain." Arun stared at the metal in his hand, glowing red in the fire. He whispered, "So, what do I do?" The traveler said, "Cool your words like you cool the iron. Count your breath before you speak. When you can hold back your anger, you become stronger than any weapon you forge." That night, Arun walked for miles to his uncle's house. He found Mira sitting outside under the stars. He sat beside her quietly. "I'm sorry," he said, voice trembling. "I let my fire burn you instead of guiding you." Mira looked at him. For a moment she said nothing. Then she smiled faintly. "Just don't let your words hurt again. Use them to build, not to break." From that day, Arun changed. Whenever he felt anger rise, he would look at his hammer, strong but controlled, and take a deep breath before speaking. Months later, people noticed something different. His words became calm, his tone gentle. He became not just a blacksmith, but a teacher of patience. One day, a young apprentice asked, "Sir, how do your words always stay cool like the iron after water?" Arun smiled and said, "Because I learned that fire is powerful, but peace lasts longer." Years later, Arun's workshop was famous not just for weapons, but for wisdom. Every piece of metal he shaped carried his new motto carved on it: "Speak to build, not to burn." Words are powerful. They can destroy or heal. Before you speak in anger, pause. Because peace is found not in shouting louder, but in choosing silence when the heart is louder than reason.